All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out His truth and sincerity. I just want to do a lesson going into this article real quick, and and this damn it. This article is entitled "The TSA Plans Big Digital ID Push in 2024." And this being the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, we understand that for these things to pop off, these things to pop off, we understand that the prophecies have to be fulfilled. And one of those things that are going to be fulfilled is that MOTB. All right, that Revelation chapter 13, 16 on down. All right. And so as we've been seeing, we just had that World Economic Forum, a lot of talks of everyone having to be united, here in the coming time that we're in, and that we're going to be coming into, which, as I've made mention in previous videos, and as the scriptures say, as Yahushua stated, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. We know that things are going to be sped up here in these last days. We understand that things aren't going to be, the words of the Lord are no longer going to be prolonged. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. All right. So Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 28. Come on now. Ezekiel 12 and 28. All right. I'll start at verse 26. Ezekiel 12 and 26. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. Right, man. So the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, which is this book, all right, the words of prophecy, all right, these things are going to come to pass, man. It's no longer going to, we're in a time where we're no longer going to have to wait to see these things take place, man. We've been seeing things being set up over the years, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's been given unto the elect, we've been able to see these things, before they took place. And that's what it means to prophesy, man. That's what it means to be a prophet, to see these things and to warn people about these things before they take place. But now we're getting ready to come into a time period where when these things come to pass, and lo, they will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. A lot of you people are getting ready to realize that you were amongst those men, that those were those guys. But you went down the wrong path, and now you're going to be stuck, man. You're going to be stuck between a hard place and a rock, because you're not going to have a cloak for your sins. You're not going to have a covering. All right, you're going to have a covering of this place, Egypt. That's why it's going to be to your shame, man. All right, as it speaks in the book of I think it's Isaiah. I might be wrong, but let me get this in Isaiah 55, and we'll start at verse 10. Isaiah 55 and 10, it says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven returneth not thither, but watereth the earth and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right, man. So just like when it rains, the water comes down, or the snow, it comes down, and what happens? It waters the earth. You don't ever see the water drops start to go in reverse. All right. You have such a thing as vapor, but that's after the water comes down to the earth and does, what it needs to do, and then it evaporates and goes back, and it's a cycle, man. Well, guess what? The words of the Lord are going to come down, and they're not going to go back up, and they're going to accomplish that which the Lord pleases, man. And we're in that time where it's no longer going to be said, that these things are taking forever. That, oh, this is they've been saying this for years and nothing's happened. Well, now we're coming into that time period where things are going to be happening. Things are going that were said are going to be taking place. Okay, and you're not going to be able to run from it, man. You're going to have to make decisions, as it says in the book of I believe it's Joshua. You know, choose you this day whom you shall serve, man. You know, and a lot of y'all are going to start to try to look for something aside to pick when the shit has hit the fan, man. And then at that point, it's going to be too late for a lot of you, man. You're going to end up picking the wrong decision because you're making a decision out of haste because you're afraid and you're scared and you're doubting of which way to go, man. And see, this is why it's important to have the Lord on your side, man. For Yahweh Bashim Yahshua to be with you, because he tells us not to be afraid. Fear none of those things, you know, which shall take place upon the earth. You know, neither doubt, for I shall be the guide of them that believe. You know, we have not been given the spirit of fear. All right. Why? Because we understand that Yahweh Bashim Yahshua has a plan, and that if we stick to that plan, you know, the Lord has got us, man. You know, but the rest of y'all going to be out here suffering, you know, going hungry, you know, being thirsty, and you're going to be led to a decision. And that's going to be that you're going to have to get with the program, with this digital certification, authentication of who you are, what you have, where you're going, and all manner of things. As the scripture says, no man shall buy or sell. Okay. So now let's get a little bit of this article. All right. And as it is entitled, the TSA plans big digital ID push in 2024. All right. It says the U.S. leading transportation security organization, the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, is taking significant steps towards a more digital future. And of course, that means more surveillance and tracking. And you've been seeing this for years. You know, and you're starting to see a lot of these new trends, these little YouTube short videos of, you know, people taking the chips out of their credit cards and, you know, making rings out of it or necklaces. I've seen one even where they made it into a collar for a cat, and you can make purchases with that. You know, the one that I found very, very similar to the MOTB was they took the chip out of a credit card and they made it into a ring. And then that way, when they showed him paying with it, he just swiped his hand over the reader and it read it. You know, which is what that MOTB is going to consist of, except it's not going to be a chip from a card into a ring. It's going to be a chip inside of you, man. Something that can't be lost, can't be forgotten, you know, can't be stolen. It's going to be inside of you at all times. And this is what they're leading towards, man. This is how you're going to be able to enter into the airport with no problems, nobody having to check who you are, checking your passport, checking your ID, making sure it's you who owns this ticket. You know, oh, wait, no, you've gone over to your miles. You know, this flight here is too much emissions. You know, you're going to have to find something else, or, you know, you can't go on it. You know, this is all what they're leading towards, man. And this is what we want to happen. You know, for those of us that believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, this is what we want to happen, because we know that when this thing gets pushed out here, man, it's it, man. We're out of here. The shit is going to truly hit the fan when this MOTB comes out. You know, all this World War III talks and things that are happening around the world. Yeah, it's good that these things are being done on the earth, because it's prepping the stage for when this MOTB gets pushed out there, for then these things to blow up over there, man. You know, pun intended. It says the plan is that by the end of 2024, many of their operational objectives will encompass a digital identity component. A move that suggests an enduring commitment towards streamlining traveler experiences with technology, even though it undermines privacy, man. And see, they got to sell it to you as a safe and convenient, man. Okay, well, this is going to make things faster. You're going to get on your plane faster. You know, this is going to streamline how airports run. You know, people are going to be there on time. It's going to, you know, we're going to be able to get you on a plane quicker. The plane's going to be able to take off. We're going to get to your destination a lot sooner. You know, blah, blah, blah. You know, and again, this is just the begin. This is just one aspect of the MOTB, man, being able to travel. You know, you're not going to be able to just go into any regular store and be able to buy with cash unless you have this thing, man. That's why I said a move that suggests an enduring commitment towards streamlining streamlining traveler experiences with technology, even though it undermines privacy. And you can remove the word traveler and just read it as it is. A move that suggests an enduring commitment towards streamlining experiences with technology, even though it undermines privacy, man. So a purchasing experience, a medical experience, a driving experience, any type of experience, what they're moving towards is everything being digitally watched. Digital verification, digital authentication is going to be a lot quicker. They're going to have the 5G network up and running, so everything's going to be running in real time. Okay. And they'll be able to pick up on it, man, and you'll be able to move about in society with no issues, so to say. Okay, but we understand what comes of that, man, and what comes of that is that torment and death. Okay, that cup of the Lord's indignation without mixture, man. That's what it's gonna come with. It's not gonna come with an ease of life, man. It's gonna come with pain and suffering. That's what's gonna come to those that take this thing, man. That take that charagma. All right, the MOTB. Okay, so it says in a 4-part action plan released by the TSA, the agency plans to extend its mobile driver's license initiative and more widely utilize facial recognition technology in airports. This includes upscaling their current pilot program testing digital identities and mobile licenses used at TSA checkpoints to at least 9 states. It follows a previous announcement in May that disclosed the TSA's examination of the potential for digital license and ID implementations across 25 domestic airports, man. So they've been doing this for years, man. This isn't something that they're now just starting to think about. They've been planning these things for years. They've had the policies in place. They have the technology is there. All is going to take place is for the people to accept it, and that's why they've been slow rolling it. That's why the majority of you people have thought that these things, that the words of the Lord are being prolonged, because Esau has been slowly rolling these things out. But it's okay, because it's all being done according to the plan of the Lord. Because the reason why that Esau is bringing out these things slow is so that you people could be okay with it. You can accept it, because over time you're like, well, this has been around, and it hasn't really caused any problems with people. I've heard about these things. So I might as well go ahead and get with the program, now that it's being mainstreamed out here. But that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong mindset to have, man. And if you don't have the mindset of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that's how you're going to think. That's how you're going to contemplate getting this thing, man. All right. It says underneath the breadth of the TSA's digital expansion, the agency has disclosed plans to add a fresh platform to the existing Quaintent used for digital identification. This signifies that travelers will have 6 options, including mobile devices, at their disposal for digital identifications. And guess what? That chip is a mobile device. It's inside of you and it moves with you. Okay? It says, however, specifics regarding these enhancements were not included in the public brief. Why? Why weren't these enhancements included for the public brief so that the public can know how these things are going to be pushed? Why didn't they put that out there? Because they don't want you to know, man. Because they got a patent on this. Patent 060606, man. Go look it up. All right? It's got a server. You got the internet, the cloud, and then you got the actual unit itself, the chip itself, which is going to be in you, man. And that's how things are going to streamline. The server being wherever you're at, whatever is processing your information. The cloud is where this information's at and how it travels from one entity to another in real time. And that's how these things are gonna go, man. These enhancements are already patented, man. The designs are already out there. Yeah, and you best believe that you have people that have already put these patents to use, man, to build this technology, man. So this ain't a thing of the past. This ain't a thing of the future. This is a thing of now, man. We're seeing it happen before our very eyes, and a lot of you people are blinded. You don't see these things, man, even though it's in front of you, man. You don't believe the words of the prophets, even though you see these things taking place right before you, man. It says, parallel with these digital ID efforts, the TSA also commits to amplifying the utilization of facial recognition identification systems under their PreCheck service, a program aimed at preemptively assessing threats and facilitating a quicker airport security process for enrolled travelers. This service is somewhat controversial as it allows the agency deeper access into data, the graphos, and information about an individual and their lives, some of which go beyond what travelers believe they have access to, you see? So they'll be able to see oh well, this guy's been driving too much already. His emission control, his emissions are with this flight is gonna put him over the limit for the month. We can't have that. So we got to cancel this man's ticket. And here it is. You're wondering how they even knew this shit. How they know I bought steak? How they know that I've been driving so many miles and with my car? How they know how much gas I done bought? Well, sir, it's all in the and a part of your information of you, man, of who you are and what you've done and where you've been. I don't know if you've realized it, but your cards and these apps on your phone, man, track everywhere you go, man. Even on your iPhone, you got settings called significant locations where you can look at where you've been, how long it took you to get there, and how you got there. By a 15-minute drive, you got there at this amount of time, or at this time, and it took you this long to get there. This shit's crazy, man. But you see, a lot of people just disregard these things as conspiracy theories until these things no longer become conspiracies, and they're no longer theories because they're actually taking place on the earth, man. All right. It says the aim is to double the number of airports equipped with this technology, slated to increase from 5 in the past year to 10 by the end of this year. Similarly, the number of airlines engaging with PreCheck is set to grow from 2 to 3. These envisioned goals mirror the directives within a biometric strategy document released in 2018, wherein the officials emphasize broadening the user base of biometric systems and fortifying the necessary infrastructure. You see, fortifying meaning, closing up the gaps, closing up the things that were issues that could potentially cause problems, sewing these things up and getting things tight and ready to be presented for the public use. Okay, so these things have been out here, man. It says, notably, the plans did not acknowledge the TSA's previous intentions to collaborate with Customs and Border Protection on biometrics for overseas travelers, a goal that was a facet of the 2018 strategy, man. So these things are out there, man, and this is what we see happening, and we're there, man. We're there. We're getting ready to see, these things unfold before our very eyes and be implemented out here, man. And things are going to get real tough, man, for those of you that don't believe, man. So it would behoove you to get with the program if you would like to be saved. If not, hey, man, then enjoy the ride down the river Styx, so to say. Because this place is going straight to hell. All right, if you get what I'm saying. So hey, with that, Lord's with us is edifying. I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth in sincerity. With that, I say Shalom.